So before we continue exploring the Koronus Expanse, I kinda wanna go talk to Kibela and do the ritual. Where is he? Oh, here. Wait, what's this? Activate the control panel. What is this? Fuel system analysis in progress. Result: no failures detected. System operational. Huh. I mean, it doesn't seem operational. It seems on fire. Are we good? Oh. What? What even was that? Oh, Pascal is here as well. Okay, give me a second, Let me do Kibela first. What do we have here? Are you hurting yourself again?
Domin.
I'm ready for the binding ritual. You torture your own flesh. What is the meaning of this ritual?
Torture? I bear the sacred marks of the Undying One's service. Death has bestowed them upon me. Though others may cherish hollow riches or meaningless beauty, it is my duty to cherish his gift of blood. Each wound is a symbol of our service to him. Each drop of blood carries his blessing. To renounce these scars is to renounce the Undying One himself.
I feel like she's trying too much with the voice acting. And it's so slow, man.
Death whispers to me, "You are worthy of bearing his marks." Tell me, Domin, do you wish to honor your flesh with his gifts?
So, heretical, carve a nefarious symbol into your skin. I will do it myself. A nefarious symbol. I mean, okay.
Enough. You have made a mockery of the sacred ritual. So be it. The tenets teach us to hold no ill will. But I will have no part in this.
Oh god. Did I get a debuff now or something? Did you ever meet Theodora?
I met her once when I was young. The Vizier saw a serpent hiding among those close to Domin Theodora, ready to sink its fangs into her throat. I was ordered to find the serpent and sever the soul from its body. I watched and waited for weeks. I hid among the shadows, the air ducts and the faceless masses. Once I found the serpent, I sliced off its head and returned to the temple. I doubt that Domin Theodora ever saw me, but the 3 ritual cuts I left behind on the body let her know that this death was pleasing to him. They sent us a grand feast from the upper decks before the cycle's end. We gave it to the hungry.
Huh. I would like to know more about the sacred mysteries of the death cult.
The Vizier taught us that there are many like us throughout the Imperium who spill blood in his name. Death cultists, as they call us. He said that no 2 death cults are the same, just as there are no 2 identical stars in the void. I will tell you about the blood-spun web, but I cannot speak on behalf of all death cults.
Okay, so there are many? What is its purpose?
The blood-spun web holds the bays of the flagship together with the threads of its faith. Such is our service to the Domini of the von Valancius line. The Undying One commanded the Domini to embark on a ship and sail the void's expanse. And thus, it became our duty to protect your dynasty and the Ark that became its home. This great relic of blood and adamantine.
Huh.
Some loathe and fear us. They call us murderers and reapers. Others call us dancers of death, who send the souls of the dead on their way. Both are right. Both are wrong. We are servants of the undying Emperor. When he whispers that the time has come for a righteous martyr's soul to be laid in his blessed hands, we come to claim it. When he whispers that the wicked must know of his wrath, we come to reap. This is how we maintain order on the ship, unseen and guided by death's will.
So, the thing I don't understand with the Emperor is, it says here, most would be driven mad with despair if they knew the truth. So, what is the truth? That he's dead or something? But then how is he giving orders to them, I guess, to come protect us or whatever? Like, I don't understand that. You hear a whisper in your mind telling you to kill someone and you obey? Have you ever considered that these whispers could be a deception orchestrated by minions of the arch enemy?
Death's whisper is unmistakable. It is not like the murmur of stars or the hiss of corruption. It is truthful, pure, unyielding. Only the most eminent of us, the high spinners, can hear the whisper of the undying one and give voice to his will.
Only the craziest
They
ones.
must hone their senses and temper their body and soul for years before his call can reach them. If it puts you more at ease, you can think of these whispers as his providence.
Uh-huh. How do you know you have never made a mistake, though? How can you be sure you have never wrongly robbed one of your victims of their life? I mean, the Emperor tells them, so it has to be right.
We are carried along by a current of blood in the great river of fate. Life is not given or taken away by chance. If I see an enemy of humanity, my blade will sever the thread of their existence. I will not wait for a sign of his divine bidding. I am his will, and I do what must be done.
Okay, so I don't want to say this, that her thirst for blood is troubling, so let's speak about something else. How long have you guys been in existence?
Spinners carved the chronicles of our history on the stones of our temple long ago. But fate and time have erased our past, just as an exploding star erases a part of the galaxy from existence.
Okay, so that's not an answer. What are the responsibilities of the Vizier?
It is the Vizier's duty to watch over the flock, to lead those who want to learn more of the Undying One, but are fearful of death, and guide those who seek answers in death, but do not know how to live. The Vizier protects all, those who do not know we exist, those who are grateful for our service, and even those who hate us. The Vizier sees what is to come, remembers the past, and accepts the present. They spin a web of faith and blood so strong that no enemy may sunder it. This is the Vizier's burden. This is the legacy of the matriarch spider.
So, like, what determines if someone knows how to live, though? Yeah, who was the matriarch spider?
It is said that she was one of many, born in the void, the Domin's subject. She honored death instead of life, and for this, she was persecuted, It is said that when the arch-enemy's forces invaded the flagship during a warp jump, she gathered the Undying One's servants around her and saved the ship from ruin. Together, they spun the first threads of the web to ensure that such devastation would never happen again. It is said that she was strong and indomitable, but as the years passed, her heart became as stone, and thus the Undying One whispered her name to the one who would become the first vizier of the blood-spun web.
So I guess by saying they spun the first threads of the web is, I guess they founded the web then or something? Why do you call yourselves spinners?
Through blood, sweat, tears, and the strength of their convictions, the servants of the Undying One spin the souls of your subjects into threads of balance. This is why we refer to ourselves as spinners. Those who are newly committed to the blood-spun web are called lesser spinners. If they are faithful in their service to him, they may eventually become spinners. The most devout of us all are known as the High Spinners, of whom there are 7, each bearing a unique title. The Vizier, the first spinner, leads the cult. I, Kibella, am the second spinner. The third spinner's name is Io, and there are 4 more.
Okay, so this basically doesn't make any amount of sense, like, doesn't answer the question at all. So, the servants of the Undying One spin the souls of your subjects into threads of balance. What does it even mean? You say the God Emperor is death. There are some who might find the comparison blasphemous.
The Undying One is death itself. We serve him, and thus we serve death. This is not a comparison, attribution, or preference. It is the truth, and nothing can change it.
So she knows he's dead or something, or what? Can you teach me how to follow the tenets of the blood-spun web?
The tenets are knowledge, an art that is passed down from one generation of the blood-spun web to the next. Even so, there are spinners who will never fully comprehend this knowledge in the time allotted to them by the Undying One. The tenets dictate how one follows the thread of life, but they are also the thread itself, from first breath to last. The tenets cannot be taught, they must be lived. Only then will you understand.
Yeah, I don't know about this group, man. They seem like very superficial. But sure. Tell me about yourself.
I am the second spinner of the blood-spun web. A spear in the hand of the Undying Emperor. I am your shield and shadow. Your blade.
So, 25%. How succinct? Do you dislike talking about yourself?
The tenets compel us to let our deeds speak on our behalf. There is no one in the cult who does not know me. So I have grown accustomed to taciturnity in matters regarding myself. Ask, and I will try to give you an answer that will satisfy your thirst for knowledge.
Your fighting style is unique. Do you think it is something I can learn?
Your body will fail you, Domin. Your bones will break. Your tendons will snap. Your heart will stop. Our rituals of self-perfection are unending. They demand absolute dedication and decades of special training. However, if you devote the next 30 years of your life to its study, you might be able to learn the basics.
So she's at least 30 then, or something. Tell me about your past.
I remember nothing of my childhood. The Vizier says this is because of my training and the injuries I received in battle. He told me it is the fate of all high spinners. The only memories I have are of the blood-spun web and the brothers and sisters who serve the cult alongside me.
Okay, so I was about to say, she did sound very melancholic there at the beginning. Interesting. What was it like growing up in the cult? What do you remember?
When we were young, we would sew our eyes shut and wander through the bays for months at a time. Starving, surviving, dying. This trial of darkness honed the senses of those who passed it. We were elated, for we knew we were blessed by him. When we grew older, we learned to wield our weapons, and our mentors tested us with pain, poison, and the weight of deceitful words. In time, our bodies no longer felt pain. Our blood became resistant to toxins, and our focus could not be shaken. We were at peace, for we had shed everything that could encumber our faithful service to him.
Dude, I'm really curious to see what her personal quest will be like. I wonder if we can just make her heretical somehow. That would be so cool to do.
When we came of age, we faced a great trial. A year-long vigil spent in unceasing prayer to the Undying One. When hunger and other base sensations faded away, we attained true comprehension of ourselves and our place in the world. Our place between life and death. We were proud, for on that day, he truly accepted us, and we accepted him.
Okay, so looking at these answers here, I feel like these and these are not good to say at this point, right? I feel like she's just gonna reject us instantly. But this one, I can see now why you're the best assassin in the cult. The cost was worth it. I feel like we start strong here, and later on we start turning her heretical or something, if we can do that. I think she's most likely to accept that if we go like this. Because like going against her immediately, I don't think that's gonna work.
Those who devote themselves to the service of the Undying One must be prepared to pay any price. Emotions, blood, life, death, memory. We all must lose what we hold most dear to become a spear in his hand. Some may lose everything, but they will also gain everything.
Do you truly feel no pain at all?
You can see for yourself.
Oh. Kibela removes a small leather pouch from her belt and opens it to reveal several instruments of torture. Very well, let us just see how impervious to pain you really are. An assortment of small but sophisticated torturer's tools are laid out before you. Drive a long needle into her eye socket? Wait. Is this gonna make her worse in combat? I'm doing it. Jesus!
The purpose of this practice is to fortify the flesh, not to mutilate it.
The needle goes in right between the lid and the eyeball. Kibela reaches out and adjusts your hand as casually as though she were straightening out the tableware at dinner. The purpose of this practice is to fortify the flesh, not to mutilate it. Stab the sharp prongs of a steel fork beneath her clavicle? Jesus.
You have found an interesting use for this tool, yet it still serves its purpose.
Pierce her skin with several chained hooks. I mean, I feel at this point that won't really do much.
The flesh remains untorn. Good.
Ha! The black chains dangle from Kibella's body. They look more like a macabre form of adornment than an implement of torture. Kibella gathers up the chains and pulls them until her skin goes taut.
Do you have other questions?
Your parents, your family, you never mention them.
When we join the cult, we relinquish our past. The blood-spun web becomes our new family. I have seen the pain, terror, and doubt in the eyes of those who hear the Undying One whisper the names of their kin. For some, the blessing of oblivion is a gift not unlike death.
I presume you have no friends either? Do I want to say that? Do you not wish to know what became of your family? I mean, I don't think she cares, dude. I don't think she cares. You may not remember your real family, but are you truly so unconcerned by the deaths of your fellow cultists? Wait, what? I mean, okay, I see what she means.
It brings me comfort when my brothers and sisters cross to the other side. The Undying One has called them to his side, so they can serve him in ways we cannot.
Yep, I thought so. Do you not wish to know what became of your family?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh. Oh. Fellowship test failed. Damn. She is too devoted to the teachings of the web to let her emotions lead her astray. Okay, I'm not gonna do this then either. Maybe later on we'll become more fellowship based. I don't know, I don't think so, man. I don't know.
Know your enemy and prevail in battle. It is not difficult to speak the truth.
You always address me as Domin. What does that word mean?
The Gothic we use to communicate is different to that spoken on the upper decks. Domin has many meanings. Giver of life, Lord or Lady of the Ark, and Shadowless Sun. The matriarch Spider gave this title to the rogue trader who allowed her to form the blood-spun web. We use other titles as well. For example, Venai means Master of the Imperium, or Watcher of the Veil. Vil means one who must go to the other side. Amig means one you can trust in battle.
Okay, so now this is interesting. If the Undying One whispers my name, will you carry out his will?
I will listen, but I will make my own decision. Death claims all, one way or another. But it is within my power to stay the sentence.
Huh. Yeah, what about the Emperor's Tarot? I thought that would be an item that we get after we reach the temple, but no?
I use blood to read his sacred cards and hear the whisper of the Undying One. His tarot is not an answer, but a question I ask of the universe. And the universe answers with questions of its own. In this sacred communion, I perceive hundreds of possible outcomes. They are all true, and yet they are only visions. I know what will come to pass. And yet, I do not.
Yeah, so she basically sees many possible futures and she doesn't know which one will actually come to pass, probably. How did you come to have a deck of his tarot?
It is a holy relic that has been passed down from generation to generation. Only the first and second spinners are allowed to study the sacred cards and interpret their meaning. We use his tarot to guide the cult and discern the tangled threads of fate.
I wonder if her tarot and the first spinners are different. How many cards are in your deck?
34.
Ah.
There used to be more, but some have perished in the darkness of time. Their loss is a great tragedy for the blood-spun web.
What does that even mean? She lost the cards or what? The Emperor's tarot is usually read by sanctioned psychers.
I am the spear of his retribution, not a witch or a sorcerer or a soothsayer. I have no strange powers, but I do bear his blessing. I do not command the veil. I am guided by his whisper and led by my faith, by the tenets. Please, do not mistake me for something I am not.
Sorry. You occasionally feel a shiver run down your spine or detect faint sparks in the air when you are standing next to Kibela. It seems her powers only manifest when she's practicing divination or in moments of pious exaltation. Kibela herself does not seem to be aware of her gift. Huh. Can you give me a reading?
Ask the cards, Domin, and I will listen.
Kibela carefully takes out her Imperial Tarot deck. A black blade flashes before your eyes and blood drips from her palm onto your hands. Onto the cards. She closes her eyes and listens. What does the future hold for me? Kibela draws 4 cards from the deck and lays them face down before you.
The first card is the young warrior. It suggests inexperience, a path of becoming. The second card is the shattered world inverted. The path will have twists, turns, and thorns, but you will gather allies along the way and find what was lost. The third, the hound inverted. Someone has marked you as their prey and is chasing you through a field of traps. The lost child. You will leap into one of those traps of your own free will and place your trust in someone truly desperate.
Huh. I will leap into one of those traps of my own free will and place my trust in someone truly desperate. What about the fourth one though? There's no fourth? Okay, so let's do this binding ritual. I'm ready.
Then follow me, Domin.
Following? Oh, we're back here in the beginning area where we met Theodora. Oh, that's cool. Look at all the people down there. What the hell is it doing? Are we summoning a...
Are you ready to step into the labyrinth, Domin?
Kibela moves in a peculiar semblance of an athletic exercise, her movements tracing an inscrutable pattern. Get on with it. What exactly are we going to do?
This is the ritual of binding. By the Undying One's will, our fates are now as one. But I must still guide you into the maze of my mind. Although it is my predestination alone to walk its corridors in search of answers, your image must become part of the tangle. For I am your shadow, Domin, and your presence will aid me in sensing whatever threats may be looming over you.
Okay, sure. What is all this on the floor?
Instructions, directions. A depiction of the puzzle that can only be solved within one's own consciousness by following its bends and turnings. I do not require these lines to find my way, but for you, they will serve as a guiding thread.
Okay. Sure. I'm ready. Let's begin.
Your weapon for the ritual. Watch the lines on the floor. You can only pass through the gaps. The rest, you need not know. Enter the labyrinth, Domin.
She bows carefully and assumes a combat stance. Wait, are we fighting? Oh shit. The music is so cool. What was that?
You are now upon the path. Your shadow now walks the labyrinth, and my gaze can now see when danger draws near you.
Kibella's breathing is steady and there is no change in her solemn expression. Her lips continue moving for a while longer, her eyes tracing the lines on the floor. Can we stop with this nonsense now? Oh, do we do that? Oh, this is so funny. Okay, let's do it. Can we stop with this nonsense now? Kibella looks up at you. She gives a reserved nod in response.
The labyrinth has accepted you. We have danced amid the crossing lines and minds, and by the dance, we are now bound.
Cool. Ritual of binding. So like, what did that do though? Did she get like a new ability or a passive or whatever? Let me check. Origin. Oh, dance partners? What is this? No, I think I had that already. Huh. In Footsteps of Death. Did I have this? Actually don't remember. In Footsteps of Death. Wait. Escape artist. Dance partners. Yeah, maybe we didn't have that actually. Oh no, we did have it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that was just lore. Who knows? So, oh, this is the doctor, right? Do we talk to him really quick? Also, I want to go talk to Pascal, dude, because didn't he have some quest with him or something? Let me see.
The Messiah knows all, comprehends all.
Strange messages have been appearing in the ship's log. What do you know about this error? Oh yeah, I think we never actually checked that, did we? Where even is this log? Is it in my bedroom?
This statement is true. Algorithmic violations have been recorded, as a result of which I twice performed an offering to the cogitators of corrective data vows and ruled out the possibility of sabotage. I hypothesize that the violation is a consequence of the discontent of the ship's machine spirits. I recommend a procedure of placation of the honored spirits for the glory of the Omnissiah and the steel angels sent by him.
The steel angels? Okay, so these just seem like more lore.
May your labor...
So I guess we can skip them for now. We can do them later at some point. Let me go talk to the doctor really quick. I think this is a doctor, isn't it? Or the chirurgeon or whatever. A man of indeterminate age bows his head, his robes are spotless and his rigid collar constricts his throat. The unsettling smell of medicine hangs in the air, and the man's pale eyes look bleached. Greetings, your lordship. Your Chirurgeon Majoris is at your service. How is the crew's health? Are you interested in a general report on the ship as a whole, or in hearing about how your immediate subordinates are faring? The senior officers, what kind of complaints do they have? The Master Helmsman headaches caused by his faulty implants, the High Factotum's occasional indigestion, the Master-at-Arms combat wounds that can hardly be considered life-threatening. Vapid cases that I am obligated to manage as Chirurgeon Majoris. At least the Inferno's Master does not waste my time and simply comes to pick up ointments for his burns. Okay. Give me a general report. There has been an outbreak. Oh, okay, we've seen that, right? Yeah, he will study that. How did you come to serve on my flagship? I was the master healer on a world that belongs to the Chorda dynasty, or Korda. I had managed to cure someone who was considered doomed, not because of their illness, but because a certain self-important priest had tried to cure them with a prayer and failed. After I put him to shame, he started spreading rumors that I owed my skill to the influence of the ruinous powers. I sought refuge under Lady Theodora, who expressed an appreciation for my talents and welcomed me and my family on her ship. Are the customs of Korda worlds truly so uncompromising and blind to reason? You teach a man to read, you raise a bright heretic, I believe was one of the favorite local sayings. As for demonstrating the superiority of knowledge over the advice of holy ecclesiarchs, well, that kind of defiance was sure to put my life at risk. Naturally, House Korda still has need of people like me, educated and capable of intellectual thought. However, anyone who is permitted to learn does so under strict supervision. I have heard Lady Incendia's ship has a dedicated compartment for sages and keepers of knowledge that more resembles a prison than a librarium. It was rather careless of you to get involved in that case. Yeah. I would not have become a chirurgeon if I was afraid of death. It is an unavoidable side effect of my profession. Are you a heretic? My expertise is the result of hard work and accumulated wisdom, not some paltry sorcery. I employ my craft to save his children. That should serve as a better proof of my innocence than any show of piety. Okay, sure, I don't think this is gonna work on him. What about your responsibilities? My job is to save lives, heal wounded officers, however I spend most watches listening to patients about their many qualms, managing the junior Medicaid officers and dividing the afflicted into those who matter and those who don't. He discovers new methods of healing. What sort of new methods? There are many. I'm ever in the search of solutions to dangerous afflictions. My latest work involved studying a particularly lethal disease that devours the person's flesh and skin. It has already claimed 12 lives, but their deaths were not in vain. I have learned much about the enemy, and the vaccine will soon be ready for testing. Not the most compassionate of healers, are you? Compassion has nothing to do with the healer's trade. I prefer conversing with diseases rather than their carriers. Patients are aggravating. Okay, sure dude, that's fine. Yeah, I think we can chill for now. Is there anyone else who wants to talk here?
Greetings.
Oh, what's this? Are you ready to tell me more about yourself now, Argenta?
If such is the rogue trader's wish, although there isn't much I can tell, I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to know?
I think we've done this, no? Where do you hail from?
Now that I can tell you. I come from everywhere and nowhere. I am the child of officers of the Imperial Guard. I was born in the hold of a warship, grew up following my parents' deployments from one planet to another, and lost my family in the flames of a righteous war.
So she was born in a warship, not a voidship. So she's not voidborn, right?
My memory is like wafts of smoke over a still battlefield. The grey of a ship's plating. The strict cadence of life in military camps. My mother's uniform. I loved looking at it. Then, that battle. The rumbling, the shouting, and the soot. The screams of soldiers burning alive. And the gold of the regiment's Aquila. Untouched by soot or blood. The last unsullied piece of a world that was going mad. That was my last memory of my mother, and of my former life. Before the Progenium and the novitiate. Before my trials. Before the vows.
The golden shard you carry with you?
My own relic. It's the regiment's Aquila. Or rather, the fragment that survived the attack, the explosions, and the fire. For me, it's a reminder that purity and radiance can be preserved, even in the heart of darkness.
So, how did you become one of the Adeptus Sororitas?
Become? It's such a strange word for it. It seems right, but is that how one talks about their destiny? If you're asking about the path itself, that's easy enough to answer. First, like many other orphans, I endured the Progenium. Those years were rough, but I remember the hardship fondly. Few things can compare with the feeling of satisfaction from a past trial, even if it leaves your body aching from exhaustion, or your soul wincing in pain. I was one of the best among my peers, and I was selected for the novitiate in the ranks of the Adeptus Sororitas. When the hour came, I passed the trials and took my vows. The most joyous day of my life. The Emperor's light has always been with me. But to accept it with all your heart, to utter the oaths, that is a rapture like no other.
She speaks kind of the same as Kibela, but they are so contrast to each other, right? Have you ever wished for a different lot in life?
Have I ever?
I doubt it.
But that would be shameful weakness, almost heresy. Of course not. I was born for this. I live by the Emperor's will, and in his light, I myself am the light. I must be the light. For myself, and for those who ask for my protection. I was chosen to serve. But beyond that, I won't deny it. Few things elate me as much as the thought that the heretic felled by my shot will never again orphan a child.
Wow, her tone completely changed with this one. I guess they recorded it at different times. Thank you for your candor.
It is my pleasure to be candid.
Okay. I would like to discuss Sally's Prime and the relic that you want to find.
Of course. My mission is all I can think about.
Okay, we've done this, dude. I remember this.
One day we will reach Salis.
Okay, yeah, that's fine, dude. So, Cassia, anything new here?
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Aww. What does your special sight reveal?
You are engulfed in clouds the color of dark umber. They carry an old pain and doubt.
As if in trance, Cassia reaches for your shoulder with the tips of her fingers. A strange feeling of relief comes over you, as if your lungs have fully opened, allowing you to take a deep breath for the first time in ages. The young woman notices your expression and jerks away, frightened.
I beg forgiveness for my inappropriate behavior. When I see such oppressive colors, I immediately want to paint them a different hue, to disperse them. I already mentioned I cannot control it, except this time, I thought I would be able to, for whatever reason.
Wait, so we can't say anything else here? Don't you dare use your powers against me, ever again!
I offer you my deepest apologies, Lord Captain. It was not my intention to hurt or insult you. It will never happen again.
Okay.
I have enjoyed your...
It better not. So, yeah, I think we still have Idira, but, man, I kind of want to get moving here. Vigdis, anything new here? My personal log states that the ship's Vox system is malfunctioning. Can you explain? Lord Captain, the Vox Master is caught off guard by your question. It takes her a moment to find her words. The Vox system is functioning as expected and no communication problems have been reported by any of the crew. Please, allow me to check the system's calibration settings in your presence to alleviate any concerns you may have about its performance. The Vox Master's thin fingers dart between hundreds of wires and cables on the control panel. Flipping switches and turning dials, she issues commands and methodically checks the lines of communication with the crew on every deck. At last, accompanied by the sound of static, the crackling of the Vox and the flickering of signaling lights, the dance of her hands concludes. All finished, no issues detected, the system is working as expected. Thank you for your service, Mr. Stoliman. Lord Captain. She offers an unusually deep bow, likely using it to mask her confusion. Okay, so what do they mean by that? I think that started with Pascal, right? Let me go back to our quarters really quick.
To what do I owe this visit?
Yeah, let me go back here. Where do I find this log? Is it on my cogitator? Do I have one? Ancestries records. These are the backers, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not actually sure here. Huh. Master of Ablutions. Would you like to take a bath? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. Keep exploring. I want to do some more space fights, man. Those are so fun.